Another important thing about networking is that when you are about to enter some type of networking event, you want to make sure to have practiced, well rehearsed your personal elevator pitch, which is that 30 seconds of introduction that gives people a positive impression of who you are. And ideally, you want to add some element of something that makes you stand out, right? If you want to be remembered, you need to give people a reason to not forget you, right? So in that elevator pitch, have some kind of detail about what you do, where you grew up, where you've traveled to, one of your special opinions, or whatever it is that makes people want to hear more about you. I remember my first networking event when I was fresh off the boat from Denmark, just arrived to San Francisco. And in Denmark, we're not particularly good at talking about ourselves. We're very sort of humble and try to downplay our previous accomplishments, which is in stark contrast to the way things work in the US, you might know, right? Everyone graduating from Stanford University believe that they can build a billion-dollar company and change the world. There's not a lot of humbleness about that. And we can actually learn a lot about the way Americans talk about themselves when it comes to networking. So I arrived to this big networking event. There was like 300 people in this huge room. Everyone were drinking drinks, and it seems like everyone knew each other. And I almost left the room. If it wasn't because I already paid $20 to enter, I'd probably left because I was so scared that nobody's gonna want to talk to me. I'm never even gonna get into any conversation. But that only took a second. Then somebody came over and said, "Hey, I'm Bill. How's it going? What are you working on right now? How big is your team? What are the next milestones? How much money do you plan to raise? Where do you plan to grow your team after this?" It's like they just bombarded me with questions, and I had no idea how to answer this. Right? I started talking about my uncle's dog, and when I grew up in Denmark, and blah blah blah, and very quickly this person Bill here was like, "Okay, great, nice to meet you, Henrik. Good luck with that." Right? And I was like, "Oh, I suck. Nobody wants to hear about me and my startup. I'm never gonna meet any interesting people here." So I had made that mistake that I hadn't rehearsed my elevator pitch. I didn't know how to present myself in a way that made me likable and interesting. Right? You very quickly need to communicate what you're looking for so the other person know how they can potentially help you, and also figure out, well, how can I potentially provide value to this person? Right? It should be ideally some kind of win-win scenario. Because when people go to networking events today, they go there with a mission, right? They don't go there to socialize. You go there to figure out what are the people in this room that I need to know. And when I'm talking to somebody, I'm always thinking about my own network in the back of my mind, my own Rolodex, my own LinkedIn connection. So I might not be able to help you directly, but I might know somebody whom you should talk to. And then I'll send you an email introduction, and you can have a coffee with that person later on. So when going into networking events, make sure to have rehearsed your elevator pitch, make sure you know what you're looking for, and you communicate how people can help you. Because if you don't have an ask, if you don't ask them about a specific thing, then people don't know how they can potentially add value to you.